Hello everybody, welcome back to a little different video. Today we're going to be talking about the finals patch notes, which they finally introduced. We're going to be talking about, all the new additions, new updates, nerfs, buffs, changes, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to just slowly go through this patch notes. I've heard that this patch note is fucking ginormous, right? I've heard that it's huge. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just rapidly go through them, talk about like what I think, what could they have done better and what not. But first of all, let's talk about the big thing, the big boy thing, the trailer, and also the upcoming new update. We'll rewatch this for those who haven't watched it.
Welcome to the finals update 1.5.
Jump into our architect's latest creation, the experimental game mode Solo Banquet,
Where you play against 11 other players in a race to earn the most cash.
Get ready for the ultimate challenge.
So yeah, new cosmetic, the Tac Ops outfit that we see here, very cool looking. I really like this. The F-Car skin is awesome. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it myself personally, because I prefer the more, urban, whatnot style. But the big thing about this update is there is a limited time game mode called Solo Banquet, where essentially it's a 1v11 free-for-all banquet mode, where you try to cash out 40,000 money in order to win. What is also a thing is they're introducing a better detection system for unfair play. Finally, there has been a lot of hackers and stuff around. I haven't had a lot of hackers personally, but there are a lot of reported cases of there being a shit ton of hackers. I've had maybe 3 or 4 in the 100-200 games I've played total. Let's get into the actual balance changes, because that's I think where everybody wants to see. Let's start with abilities then. At the top, they have changed charge and slam. They fixed an issue where players could charge while stationary and stealing an extraction. There are actually videos of this. You guys could Google this, but there are videos where people are stealing a cash out and then they just press charge and slam and they essentially just start running into the point as they're cashing out and just killing everybody that basically touches them. Cloaking device nerfed. They increased the activation cost from 1 second to 2, and they also increased the minimum required charge time to activate it. So what I'm thinking here is they're trying to keep the cloaking device as strong as it is with the invisibility, but they're making it harder to maintain all the time, because a lot of light players just press invis, they go invis, they run, they go into combat, they still have half of their thing back, they run away scot-free. So that's I think what they're doing. They're trying to make it cost more but be just as strong. Grapple hook is getting a nerf as well, where it will no longer attach to objects that are attached to carryables, which is kind of a decent nerf in my opinion. I don't know, it was kind of a bug. It was a funny bug. I liked it, but I understand why they remove it, right? I fully understand, but it's kind of a shame that they don't keep it in, I feel like they should have kept it in just, for the fun stuff, the shits and gigs. And now the Guardian turret, a little change. It will now target dummies in the practice range. Good for checking DPS and good for checking how accurate they are when in motion. Mesh shield, a little nerf, 100 less health. It's not going to be too noticeable unless you're in one of those really clutch situations where a lot of bullets will come flying at you. And recon senses have been nerfed. It's not what I wanted for a nerf. I wanted kind of a bit of a harder nerf. But what they did was they increased the activation cost from 1 to 1.5 seconds. They decreased the minimum charge time to activate from 2.5 to 2. So essentially, they're making it cost more, so you can't have a practically 100% uptime on it, but they're decreasing the time it takes to charge. But just once again, before we go in, I am going in blind here, so I don't know anything about the changes. When it comes to gadgets, C4 has been nerfed quite fucking heftily. I actually personally like this because C4 nukes are ridiculous at times. There have been numerous occasions where I just slap 2 C4s onto like a thing, throw in the general direction of an enemy and get a triple kill because they do so much damage. I think this is a good change. C4s will still do a shit ton of damage. They can still one-tap lights, which is kind of annoying, but then they cannot almost one-shot a medium if you stack 2 of them. And minimum damage is reduced to 100 from 120, so you will take less damage. Flashbang is getting a 2-second buff, it's going down to 18 seconds, which is pretty good. I like that. Flashbang isn't super utilized yet. It's a strong tool to breach in, go in. If somebody's defending a zone, you throw it in, you run in with your team. Mines are getting nerfed. Gas mine up to 27 seconds. Incendiary mine is actually getting buffed by 3 seconds because it's the least used one. Then also cooldown by 2 seconds. Vanishing bomb is currently one of a very niche tool, but a very useful tool for those who use melee playstyles like me. I actually run dagger quite a lot with invis, and vanishing bomb helps me to run invisible quietly, right? I throw it on the ground and I run quietly for a little bit before I can cloak and whatnot. Very useful tool. Also cloaks your team. Incendiary mine I haven't seen many people use because, well, gas mine is the best thing, and incendiary and gas mine don't go together well because of the elemental stuff. RPG nerfs, 10 less damage. Fuck yeah, I love this. No longer can the heavy mage one-tap you with a rocket launcher. It's awesome. I love it. It's the best thing ever. Then, stun gun nerf. 5-second stun duration down to 3.75. This is amazing. This is fucking awesome. This is the best thing they could have done. But I feel like they should have done a little bit more in that they give you the ability to jump or crouch. Something like that. Or interact with doors and stuff like that, ladders. But this is good. This is a very good step in the right direction. I like this a lot. Tracking dart has now a decreased cooldown. It goes from 15 to 13 seconds. And it added a new scope zoom sensitivity multiplier to the settings screen that affects its tracking dart. So tracking dart is very useful but a very niche tool in order to manhunt certain targets, teammates, people that me and my friends use as a strategy sometimes. And this will just make it easier to use, because if you miss, you have less time between shots, which makes you easier to track people down. Then for game modes, we have Bank It. Now the event time is reduced from 6 minutes to 4, the game show event. So game shows will start after 4 minutes. And with Quick Cache, game show events are also reduced by the same amount from 6 to 4. And the team wipe respawn time is increased by 1 second from 17 to 18. This, I don't really know why they did, but I guess we'll see how it changes. It's only 1 second. I don't think it'll be too bad, right? Same thing with ranked and ranked tournament. The respawn timers are going up from 25 to 26 on both normal and ranked. And tournaments will now unlock after players have completed 1 round, reduced from 12 rounds. So you basically have instant access to tournament after 1 singular game. Moving on, we have maps. Las Vegas got a updated destruction behavior to get more realistic destructions. It got an updated train system to get more realistic destruction, and also updated various ziplines in level. I don't think this is gonna be enough for the Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas will still be probably the worst map in the game. By far, it's like not even close. But I like that they're adding more changes and more stuff to update Las Vegas, because Las Vegas feels bare bones compared to a lot of the other stages. And I hope that someday later on in the future they actually update, optimize the stage, because optimizing, like, Las Vegas is probably the worst optimized level so far right now. It's really annoying, but now at least the destruction will be a bit better, since in Las Vegas there have been numerous cases of me breaking a wall and then the entire building caving on me.
Put a breach charge. Fuck that. Fuck fighting that. That is such a bad spot for us.
My breach phased through the wall! My breach...
Did it just phase?
It phased through the roof! And now, there's a change for throwables, where deployable explosives such as C4, breach charges, and explosive mines will now add mass to throwable objects, causing them to travel less further. So, no longer will you have practically zero gravity throwables, where you can basically toss 6 items on top of it and then throw it as far as you can go. Now there's actual weight behind it. So if you want a bigger boom, you're gonna have to make a bigger throw, and you're gonna have to angle that way more than what you did before. Moving on to weapons, what I'm hoping to see here is a nerf to shotguns. Well, specifically the double barrel, but flamethrower got a buff by 2 damage. The LH1 got a 2 damage buff, pretty good. I like that. M11 has a recoil pattern, which makes the weapon easier to control, which is pretty good. I like it. The SH1900 shotgun got a 2 damage reduction, and I think the SH1900 is the lightweight shotgun, which is good.
Teams will need to play smart to guarantee a change in fortune.
What? I hope that this changes it so that you cannot be one-shot by the first bullet as a light player, because it's really annoying when an invisible light just basically walks past you, grazes you with their shotgun shell, and now you're dead because their shotgun does 156 damage to the body. It's really annoying, I think, and I hope this changes it. And the M60 got a buff by 2 damage, which is pretty good. I like it. I think the M60 is the medium weapon, right? Then the riot shield got an updated animation attack, hit sweep, which makes the weapon feel more responsive. And they also fixed an issue with the riot shield where it could be invisible and still block bullets. I have actually never seen this before. I would love for somebody to send me a clip of this somewhere, because it just sounds fucking hilarious. And another thing, they fixed an issue where the riot shield could block bullets while the player climbed the ladder, which was frustrating. You would be chasing somebody and then they climb up a ladder and their entire back is just fully immune and you cannot do anything about it. Really annoying. Then the buff for the nerf for the SA-12-16, which is good because there was a bug with this weapon where if you shot 3 shots, swapped weapons, then you could shoot 3 times again without having that reload cooldown. Made the weapon way more annoying to fight than intended. Then we added a scope sensitivity multiplier, finally, to the sniper and the tracking dart. So it's no longer will you need to use like one sensitivity in order to have like sensible sensitivity on the sniper. Like for example, me, I run max sensitivity on pretty much everything, and whenever I try to flick with the sniper, I basically go fucking sky high with it. So hopefully now it won't be too bad. The throwing knives, which added a new trail, which makes the projectiles easier to see, which is very good because the projectiles are fucking impossible to see sometimes, especially in like the explosions when there's smoke and debris everywhere. It's really annoying. Then there's shortened lifetime to the knife stuck in the metal surfaces, which I think are made to, you know, optimize the game. The V9S, the pistol, got a damage increase by 1. I don't know how useful this will be. It'll probably help a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. Then they updated some main menu weapon inspect animations, and there's a list of a lot of left side inspections added for the AKM, the CL40, the FCAR, flamethrower, goo gun, Lewis gun, LH1, M11, M60, the MGL32, Model 1887, R357, SA-12-16, SH-19, SR-84, Stun Gun, Tracking Dart, V9S, and the XP-54. All now have left side inspection animations, which means that I'm assuming they're gonna inspect this side. So whenever you inspect, your character flips the gun like this, and then they flip it back out again, is what I'm guessing. Then, with the audio, they changed a old unattenuated sound on the glitch trap, and they fixed a wire attachment sound that could play on the main menu. Another thing with characters is that they fixed some hair that could clip through headwear. So now if you run certain hairs, they shouldn't clip through the hair. They also added some skinning issues that occurred on wrists and gloves, where I'm assuming the skin just started phasing through the wrist and glove gear, which is nice. Then after that, they added an option that allows players to pick the priority order of reload and pick up action animations on controller. And they allowed mouse and keyboard to be enabled on some consoles on console. They also fixed a couple of crashes where the players could attach zip lines and disconnect at the same time. This was a weird bug. I think I've only had this happen to me once, where you basically attach a zip line, then jump off it literally at the exact same frame. The game just blows up and dies. Then they also fixed a crash that could be caused by certain outfits in the battle pass and store screens. They also fixed an issue where the game servers could very rarely shut down early due to how players connected. I've never had this before, so I can't really say much. Moving on to the map changes. There are improvements to the floor number display in the elevator, making it easier to see what floor you are on. They fixed lingering smoke clouds that could appear during the end of round sequence. So whenever there's like the finish screen, end of game, the people walk up on the stage, you know, flexing, whatnot. There's now not this obnoxious smoke that covers everything and you cannot see your character at all. And then they fixed the team logo not always streaming during the end round sequence. So the logo is gone, basically, is what they fixed. Then they fixed an awning that partially clips through the path of a zipline in Monaco, and they optimized the lighting for the fog and weather system types. They also fixed an initial spawn in hospital that ran into a small dead end, and fixed some railings that could block bullets in shoal. Very good changes, I think. The railings that could block bullets were a bit annoying. I think I know which ones, but this is a good change. Hopefully it doesn't bother anyone now. Vegas got a couple of changes. But they fixed an issue where the map border blocked bullets and grenades. Fixed a ladder that sometimes caused players to get stuck. They fixed some issues with intersecting and floating assets. And they fixed an issue where Las Vegas spotlight would be cold unexpectedly. This one, the map border blocking bullets and grenades, was annoying. I've actually had this happen to me before. I've lost to this before. Then the sad thing was they fixed an issue where people could slingshot themselves, or superglide as it was called, by grinding against obstacles during vault interactions. It's a shame. It's a shame that they removed this. I feel like it was a good thing. I feel like it was a good thing, but it is what it is. I didn't use it much. I didn't see a lot of people use it at all. It had very niche situations where it would be useful. I don't know why they left. I don't know why they removed it, but I guess it is what it is. You know, it was kind of expected, especially with how fast you would go with superglide. Vaulting. They fixed an issue where players could gain extreme speed by picking up objects that were being vaulted on. Never seen this before, personally. And they updated vaulting to feel snappier and to be more aligned against ledges. This, I love. Vaulting felt so slow in the finals, and I hope this changes it so much more. I hope this is like 1-2 instant, you know. They fixed an issue where players could use quick melee on ladders. I didn't actually know you could use this. I genuinely didn't know. What I know for a fact though is there's a bug with melee where if you melee, quick melee, swap item, quick melee again, swap item, quick melee again, you can actually just chain melee together. I don't know why they didn't pick that out, but I hope they address it next patch if they do, if they find out. And then there's a lot of UI changes. Fixed an issue where scoreboard text could be cut short. They fixed a new label that could clip into the play button. They fixed an issue where tournament winners text would partially be visible on both sides of the screen. They fixed an issue where player's name could appear over their face in the end of a round screen. Never seen this before. They fixed an issue where the career screen could jump during the first frame. They fixed an issue where hover VFX would not play on the video thumbnail. Never seen this before. Then they fixed an issue where some weapon charms and stickers will become unequipable. I don't use charms and stickers personally, so never had this happen to me. Fixed an issue where total playtime will reset to 0 on career screen after 24 hours. Very good, I like this. It's really weird that they did this. It's so funny. They fixed an issue where gamepad bindings were lost when resetting keyboard bindings. I use keyboard and mouse mainly, so I don't really know about this. They fixed an issue with a crosshair that called headshot hint indicators based on the damage done rather than hit location. They fixed an issue where player names above health bars would sometimes get cut off. I'm assuming by it just cutting like that and just ending. Fixed an issue where subtitle preview would not hide correctly when exiting settings. It fixed team members' names sometimes staying transparent after respawn. It fixed an issue that prevented players' outlines on enemies appearing when looking through metal fences. They fixed an issue where some settings in the settings feed would not be affected by restoring default settings. Then VOIP. They set the VOIP to be enabled by default and push to talk as the new default input. On only new installs, by the way. They set VOIP to be enabled by default on consoles with voice activated set as the default input on new installs only. So that means that people will have more communication. Finally, people can now talk to people. You know, if somebody plays bad, you can tell them, hey, you played bad. Help me over here. You know, we should have gone here instead of that way. You know, stuff like that. Very good, I like this. Very good change. Then finally, for weapons, they fixed an issue where bullet dispersion and spread will not update if the player switched between items. So this basically made it so a lot of stuff would have 100% accuracy by standing still with holding a stun gun, for example, or goo gun, then moving and swapping weapons to something like the sniper rifle. And as long as you were on the ground or gliding with the grappling hook, you would retain that 100% accuracy that the stun gun would have, but on your sniper, shotgun, rifle, or whatever you had, which was very annoying to counter, by the way. Then throwing knives will have the correct skin when thrown, so I'm assuming the cards will now be cards in the walls. The knives will be the knives, the spades will be the spades and stuff. And then they final update, they fixed the cheat exploit with melee weapons. I don't actually know what they're talking about here, but I'm assuming it is the one I was talking about with the quick melee where you can just swap. So, and that's the patch notes. A lot of stuff to go through here on the 1.5 update. Now tomorrow I will be streaming this game on twitch.tv/ChromatixTV. You guys can watch me there. I'll be on about 2 p.m. About 1 p.m. GMT GMT, about 2 p.m. CST, Central European time, CET. I'll be playing the solo banquet mode probably the entire day and playing with, you know, viewers and stuff for those who want to. Now, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do more of these patch reviews, like these big patch reviews. Where I go through stuff, what I think about it and whatnot. So this is the first time me doing it, and I also have 2 more videos coming out, or 2 ideas that I want to keep working on. So it's gonna be nice. There's a lot of stuff in the works. Now, what do I think of this patch note? Well, I think this is an amazing step in the right direction for changes. They definitely nailed it with this patch. They genuinely nailed it. I could not be happier. They changed so many good things about this update, and I hope they go this direction. Keep going. I'll support them. I love the finals, and I hope they just nail everything. You know, I know that there will probably be misses here and there, but you know, I hope they nail these patches over and over and over again. You know, I hope you enjoyed. This was a rather long video compared to what I usually do, because, you know, we're just reading patch notes. I'll probably put on some background music or something as I'm reading this. And if you're new here, my name is Chroma. I upload the finals videos and some variety here and there. And if you like the video, you know, like it, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below, like, what do you think about this update yourself? I'm really curious as to know what everybody thinks about this update. I will probably also timestamp everything in the video, just so you guys know. But yeah, always enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Peace.